So my wife needed me to take her to get her back adjusted, and I have to work, so I'm just going to record some videos in the car while she's getting her back adjusted. But some specific games have taken up a majority of my time, and these are the games that I spent the most amount of time in. Whether it's replays or single play that takes too long, these are the games I spent the most amount of time in. Before we get started, do me a favor and write down in the comments the game that you think you've spent the most amount of time playing. Maybe you've played the game 100 different times. Maybe you've only played the game 5 times, but it's like a 10-hour long game. Let me know which game you think you spent the most amount of time in. How's it going, y'all? I'm Caravan Dan from Gaming Caravan, and today we're going to be talking about my biggest time sucks in board game. Starting at number 6, we have Wormspan. Wormspan is a fantastic game. I played Wingspan a decent amount of times, but then it turns out I was playing it wrong, and I can't say how I played it incorrectly because people literally dislike and click away from the video every single time I talk about it. I played Wormspan only 4 times, and I spent a total of 7 hours approximately in the world of Wormspan, which is a tableau-laying dragon game where you hatch dragon eggs, you get different effects, you traverse in the mountains, you all fill up your mountains with dragons, you get points. Very interesting game by Stonemaier Games. I am absolutely obsessed with Wormspan. I want to get the new expansion that just came out recently called, I think it's the Dragon School in Wormspan, but, you know, I don't know if people want that, so if you want that, drop a comment and maybe we'll do a giveaway for that specifically. Number 5 is Root. I played Root 4 times only, and it's taken me about 13 hours total to play all my games of Root. Fantastic, super fun game, very asymmetric. I want to do a video about why Root's so impressive to me and why it's actually one of the most well-designed games I've ever played, if not the most well-designed game I've ever played. Root is by Leader, a fantastic company who's done Ark, Sports, and a few other bangers with only 4 letters in their name, I believe. And yeah, just Root is a very expandable, asymmetric game that I talk about very often in my videos. So if you want to hear more about Root, go ahead and check out my Before You Buy Root video that I did last month at QuestCon Orlando, actually. Now we have Andromeda's Edge, which I've played a total of 4 times. It's taken me around 9 hours to play through all my times. I record most of my times when I play these games. The first game took about 3 hours to play, and the rest were about 2.5 hours. I only played 3 players so far. I'm going to play it again this Sunday, though, so it's going to be a little bit higher on this list, possibly. Pretty fun game. Very fun war skirmish with dice rolling, with a really cool dice rolling balancing section. You can really push your luck if you want, but for the most part, whoever's the most amount of units will win. But it's really cool whenever you only have like 2 dice in the fight. The other person has like 8 dice in the fight. You roll 1 6, and they roll all 5s, and your 1 6 beats all their 5s. Such a cool combat system, very open-ended. It's only as much combat as you want it to be. You can fight the people, you can fight the NPCs, go up in the battle tracks, go up on the other tracks, build out your ships and units, and customize it with your faction a little bit. Very, very fun. So definitely, if you like high production value games, if you like Dwellings of Eldervale, this is a sequel, the spiritual successor to Dwellings of Eldervale. Check this out. Love it. Next up, we have Ark Nova. I played Ark Nova 5 times. If you played Ark Nova, you know just how long Ark Nova can take. If you're not really locked in and playing with people who know what they're doing. I played Ark Nova 5 times. It's taken me about 13 hours. The reason why is my first game of Ark Nova was about 4 to 5 hours. I'll talk about that in another video. It was my first real heavy game when I got into board gaming. I got into board gaming in 2022 as like a business. 2023, about January, February, I think maybe even May, I got Ark Nova in. I absolutely love Zoo Tycoon. People said it was very similar to Zoo Tycoon, which made me very, very excited. And then I busted it open with some friends that taught me how to play. My wife and I were new. Connor and Laura were very experienced in this. And because of me, basically, it took like 4 hours. It was a very long game. It took me a while to know what I'm doing, get my energy flow going. But thank God they took pity on me and taught me how to play that game. Love me some Ark Nova now. I can play that game in less than 2 hours if I'm really locked in with a solid group of people. But yeah, I played that game 5 times. It took me about 13 hours total. Next up, we have actually a surprisingly light game for this list. We have Pokemon Splendor. Now, the reason why Pokemon Splendor, I have played that game a confirmed amount of 11 times. It's taken me about 11 hours to play all those times. The reason why is just because I play that game a lot in 1v1 with my wife. We run it back usually too. It's a great game, very different strategies to go for. It's very, like, honestly, it's strategic in the sense where you have to have a good plan going forward, but tactical because depending on what pops out on the table, you might have to adjust your overall strategy for the game. A lot of different ways. You can go for the upgrades because now you can actually evolve your cards from tier 1 to tier 2, tier 2 to tier 3. You can get the legendary and rare cards in the top left and top right of the board to get more Pokeballs in your favor to actually have the evolution a little bit better. You can go for just the tier 3 cards if you want. The cards are a lot more accessible with the evolution chart. In my opinion, the costs aren't nearly as absurd, and the Master Balls have more focus, which are the wilds that you would have in normal Splendor. Overall, I'm a huge video game IP fanatic. If you don't know, I actually really like Pokemon Creature Collectors as a whole, and I think that game was very well done and very interesting, to be fully honest. So yeah, Pokemon Splendor, 11 games, about 11 hours total. And last but not least, and this one is because of what happened literally like a few weeks ago, we have Scythe at number 1 by far. Scythe, I've played a total of 10 times, and I spent 16 hours about in it, if not more. The reason why it's number 1 by far is because of the fact that I have just recently completed the Rise of Fenris campaign, meaning I had 2 full days of playing Scythe. The first day was only about 3-4 hours because I had a family emergency halfway through. I had to leave. Rest in peace, my great-grandma Bisa. And then the next day we met together was genuinely like from 12 to 12 effectively. It was a huge day where we played the other 6 games, and it took a bit. Some of the games were very quick. You know, we had a few games in there that took less than an hour. You can really bang out some games of Scythe if you have people that are just locked in together and you don't have to reteach them. You just keep on playing the games together. However, in Rise of Fenris, you have to play that game 8 times in a row, I believe, in order to complete the full campaign. So I played that game 2 times. I played Scythe twice before playing Rise of Fenris, and then I played Rise of Fenris, so it's only 10 times, but I played the game over the span of 16 hours. That's everything for my list. Those are my 6 games I spent the most amount of time in. Let me know what game you've played the most in. Let me know what other videos you want me to post, and if you want to see how to start a board game collection, check out my video that's suggested in here and in the comments below. Peace out, have a great day, God bless, and I hope to see you at table soon.